What's going on, everyone? I'm Daniel Rodriguez, and welcome to my review for Monday Night Raw, August 22nd, 2016 edition. Now, this is the day after SummerSlam, which I will put my link down below in the description to my SummerSlam review, because what the fuck was that? I mean, you'll see some stuff that I didn't like and what I liked, stuff like that. Don't get me wrong, it wasn't a horrible pay-per-view, but then again, link down below. And also, I did my little video, kind of doing my own take on Enzo and Big Cass's, my name is Enzo Amore. I kind of did my own little take on it, plus I have a microphone. So anyway, let's just use this for as of right now in the intro. So Monday Night Raw, man, some stuff, actually, honestly, it was great at first, and then it just kind of declined. It kind of, it fell flat on its face like SummerSlam even did last night. So let's get into it, man. I have, for wrestling, for WWE, I have a scale out of 5. So 1 is bad, 2 is okay, 3 is good, 4 is great, and 5 is awesome. So those are my ratings for, out of a 5. So when I talk about the matches, and then I give it a rating at the end, I'm going to tell you my thoughts on all the matches this night, the segments that they did, the promos, Titus, ONeil. That's all, folks. So we're going to talk about all of that, man. Thanks for joining me. Check out the SummerSlam review if you have time. I mean, it's like, actually, it's one of my funny videos that I'm not all funny all the time, and I try to be funny, but that was actually a very funny video that I think a lot of people would like near the end of the video. So if you have time, when you go to bed, just kind of listen to it, sleep and hear it, So something like that. I don't know what you guys do. Anyway, here it is, Monday Night Raw, my review. Hopefully you enjoy it. Maybe you don't. I don't know. Anyway, why am I using this mic, you say? Well, it's pretty obvious because I fucking can. So let's get right on to it. Here we go. Starting off Monday Night Raw, we have Finn Balor come out, man. And of course, last night at SummerSlam, spoiler alert, he won the WWE Universal Championship. Which that, again, I kind of comment on. It's a pretty bad looking, because it's lazy. It's lazy. They could have done better. They just made it red, and then they added a little Finn Balor, like the metal, like they have his symbol on the belt now, which is cool. But I mean, it's come on, they could have done better. They could have done. It was a little lazy. But anyway, Mick Foley's out there. I believe Stephanie McMahon's out there, and we find out that Finn Balor actually got injured yesterday. Seth Rollins injuring his shoulder and all that. So he is out for 6 months, and that was a big shocker there, because I knew he was injured, but 6 months? He had to relinquish, or he had to give away his title belt. So he was not even for 24 hours. Not even 24 hours later, he's not even the champion. Not even 1 day full. So that sucks for Finn Balor, man. It sucks that I don't think he'll be out for a total of 6 months. I mean, I think by 6 months, your shoulder should be healed up by then. By 6 months. I mean, I don't think it was a horrible, or his elbow, whatever, excuse me, not sure, but whatever it is, 6 months, I'm pretty sure he'd be better, within 4 months or something. But, at least it wasn't a career-ending thing, like, I'm going to have to retire, I'm sorry, something like that. At least it wasn't that. But, I thought it was a great opening segment and everything, and then all of a sudden, Seth Rollins comes out, Enzo and Big Cass, Chris Jericho, Kevin Owens, Roman Reigns, all of them just start coming out, and they're like, I deserve that title and everything. So Mick Foley ends up saying over the night, you guys are all going to be competing, as in, say Kevin Owens will be fighting Neville, and whoever wins that will end up next week in Houston, Texas, and the next week for Monday Night Raw we'll have a Fatal 4-Way. Whoever wins the matches tonight will go to that Fatal 4-Way next week to get the WWE Universal Championship, all that, blah, 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 blah. Finn Balor still was the big show stealer and everything. He had a pretty good speech and all that, and kind of, everyone loves him and all. So that was cool. And the matches themselves tonight, some great. Well, not really. Some of them good, and then the others just, again, horrible. So actually, I was mistaken. There was one great match, which was the first match of the night. Sami Zayn versus Seth Rollins. This match was just, besides all the fucking commercials, there's commercials every 10 seconds. Who's gonna win? I'm Michael Cole. Commercial. Ooh, finger looking good. All that stuff. But Sami Zayn, dude, he ended up hurting his ankle, which I'm not surprised if tomorrow WWE, Sami Zayn can't compete for 6 months or something. Every time someone gets injured. But the way, Sami Zayn literally, not a storyline wise, he got injured. His ankle just, he strained it or he pulled, like, something with his ankle just messed up. He landed wrong. But the thing is he still went on. I was thinking he was going to stop the match. And I was going to be like, great, SummerSlam all over again. The match doesn't even finish properly. But luckily, man, Seth Rollins was awesome. He's awesome in the ring. Sami Zayn is amazing. So they're fighting, and I mean, so much energy between these guys. Rollins is just doing kicks. Sami Zayn, I mean, he's trying to work with what he's got, and what he does, it does work. He's doing, you know, the little flips he can. I think he fails at a flip. But I honestly thought this was the best match out of the night for sure. Sami Zayn is just, again, he is the future of the WWE as well as Finn Balor and all the others once Balor returns, but he is the future of the WWE, man, for the next 10 years, hopefully, as long as everything goes well. He is an awesome performer and athlete. So, with that stuff going on, Seth Rollins ends up getting the win, which I know it's all storyline based and stuff, but I was thinking to myself, Sami Zayn, dude, you're going through all this hell. He easily could have just finished the match early and, you know, all my ankles hurt, okay, just do the 3 count and that's it. But he went the extra mile and he kept on going. He worked with what he got, and much love. Standing ovation. I would give him a standing ovation for Sami Zayn, but Seth Rollins ended up winning, so he will head to the Fatal 4-Way next week for the Universal Championship. So for the only great match out of the night, a 4 out of 5. Next up, we had Kevin Owens versus Neville, man. And this is a match that I kind of was like, all right, this is interesting. The man who, you know, gravity doesn't, you know, that gravity forgot or whatever. And it's Neville's birthday, by the way, or it was on the 22nd. So happy birthday, happy late birthday, Neville. You're awesome. You're freaking amazing. Anyway, Kevin Owens was going hard on him, man. They both fought hard. And I believe, like, Owens was out on the mat outside of the ring, and Neville did a flip and everything, and it landed hard on the mat. Like, these guys went at each other, but at the end, Kevin Owens ended up winning. Honestly, I love Kevin Owens. I think he's really awesome. But the thing is that I just give Neville a shot. Just like how I think, look, Seth Rollins or Sami Zayn, if I had to pick storyline-wise, like, we always see Seth Rollins go to the big main events or next week, but no, give Sami Zayn the shot. Give him the shot. And give Neville the shot. Kevin Owens, Seth Rollins always gets the big stuff, or they always get, you know, either a championship or they're always the big high pride. No, push Neville. Like, don't push him aside. You have a very talented man, and Neville should have won for sure, man. He was awesome tonight. Sadly, the commercials always ruined everything, and then the matches come back 2 minutes later. The match ends and everything. But for what I saw, Owens was awesome. He fought hard and everything. But Neville ended up losing. But I mean, I just have to give it. I mean, I love Owens, but Neville definitely just pushed it tonight, and he just rocked the ring so much. So, Chris Jericho ended up coming out and costing him the match, which is always a predictable thing. It's always like, a person's coming out and gonna ruin the match. We already know that. Neville's looking out. Hey, Chris Jericho, like, he's looking out. And of course, Owens is getting up in the back. There you go. Kevin Owens is going to win. So for this match itself, a 3 out of a 5. Next up was Big E versus Carl Anderson. And it wasn't for, like, the tag team belts, I guess. Obviously, it'd be a tag team match. But everyone was out there. New Day was out there. And then Gallows and everything. But the thing is, he says, we're entitled for a rematch or whatever. And I'm thinking, well, if it's a rematch, then why aren't you guys doing a tag team thing? But either way, it was Anderson versus Big E. And, It was okay, I guess a few fun things. Big E, it's great to have him back and everything, and I didn't like New Day, like, when I was watching the pay-per-views this year and everything, and I was like, I wasn't a big fan of the whole New Day get-up. They're saying 1 year of being the tag team champions, and the thing is, I mean, obviously, whoever's writing the storyline is in control of who's going to win the championship belts, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, New Day, I mean, Bootios is basically a low version of Lucky Charms. It really is. It's basically Lucky Charms. I saw that photo on Instagram, but you told me it's not. It's Lucky Charms. But the thing is I don't like Carl Anderson, and I don't like Gallows and all that, but I'm saying to myself, just make them champions. Just give them the belts. Just change it up. Change it up a little bit, please. I'm tired of W. Oh, no, why not I just do it with Mike, shall we? W. E. World Heavyweight, World Tag Team, whatever you want to call it, Tag Team Champions. And then, of course, you know, Big E does a bunch of, don't you dare be sour, and stuff, and, you know, he does all that stuff and all that. And, again, I thought Big E brought it in the match, but it wasn't, you know, it wasn't the best. It was kind of awkward at times. Anderson tried. I guess he tried Anderson, but I'm just thinking to myself, just give him the belts. They're just over a year already. It's time to move on. I mean, New Day, but hey, New Day rocks. For this match, I mean, I wasn't very hyped for it. I kind of thought it was disappointing. This is where it kind of started to go low. So for this match, man, a 2 out of a 5. After that very slow match, we had a very slow segment with Titus ONeil coming out. And like, listen, man, I don't know much about Titus ONeil. I've seen him around and everything, but honestly, I have nothing against the man himself. Like, I don't know the guy personally. I mean, he's a father and everything. He has kids, and he's a wrestler, and he made it to the big leagues, WWE and all that. That's cool. He's worked his way there. But the thing is, I wish his character had a little bit more for whoever's writing his character and shit. Like, whoever's doing what they're doing. You make him use him better than with this Darren Young thing, whatever. Use him better. Just it's getting boring. It really is. And then Buckland comes out. He's like, I want Dennis Young. We're Dennis Young. And then Buckland comes out, and Buckland actually tried to fight back a little. That was really cool there. Anyway, he gets on the ground, and then Dennis Young comes out, and then he ends up getting power bombed or whatever, the spine buster and shit. And that was it. That was the segment. I mean, they wasted literally almost 10 minutes of time, or 8 minutes or 7 minutes. They wasted a lot of minutes of my life, and I was like, this could have just been a commercial at this moment. What are you doing? Is this another KFC commercial? Honestly, I just had to stop right there for a second because I said KFC and Titus ONeil. Okay, what I was mentioning by KFC is the SummerSlam stuff yesterday, so it's nothing racial or anything. So with this segment and with that KFC little thing that I horribly said, I didn't mean to say, delete delete all of that, man. That was the whole segment. It was pretty bad. So 1 out of 5 for shit. Again, delete. After that shit show, we had Rusev versus Big Cass, man, who is going to enter, into the Universal Championship Fatal 4-Ways next week. So it's against that. Rusev ends up pussing out, man. He ends up leaving. The match wasn't that good, to be honest. I think Big Cass is, he's a big guy. He could kick some ass, man. He's not a great wrestler or anything, but he's the big guy. He's the tall guy. He'll get stuff done. And wasn't that, it wasn't a horrible match, but it really wasn't a great or really much energy or anything. It's kind of Rusev and hitting to the ribs, and then that was basically it. He's on the ground, and then he ends up wussing out. He's a pussy, and then he ends up leaving. And then out of a 10, 1, and the count to 10, he was counted out. Big Cass wins, and he ends up, Big Cass is now going to be part of the Fatal 4-Way next week on Raw for the Universal Championship. So, with that, man, it was a 2 out of 5. I mean, overall, it was just okay for what they did. I think Big Cass did a lot of hits to the rib where it was a loud sound and all that. But for the most part, this whole Rusev thing and that whole little thing, whatever they were trying to do, because it made Rusev look bad, that's another moment where we just need to delete. After that, it was Dana Brooke versus Bayley, and it's awesome to have Bayley into the WWE universe now, the roster. She is finally part of Monday Night Raw, and of course, I saw Bayley one time at a pay-per-view, I believe a few pay-per-views back when I was binge watching last week. I believe I saw her and she did the whole, wacky thing and all that, and she's a hugger, and I honestly, I think she was Becky Lynch's partner in a pay-per-view or something a few pay-per-views down ago, and it's awesome. I know she's from NXT and all that, and having her, you could see Mick Foley's face, the way the crowd responded to her. She was trending worldwide after the match was done. Mick Foley was just happy and proud. I mean, a young star coming in, she has so much potential. And the thing is, the match wasn't good. It wasn't. Bayley did good, don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm happy, I'm excited to see, but Dana Brooke versus Bayley. No, delete. What we want to see is Charlotte versus Bayley. That's what I want to see. But I'm not dressed. Yeah, okay. I'm pretty sure you got your ring attire back there since you were there at SummerSlam. I'm pretty sure go to the back and then come out a few matches later and then fight, okay? Or you could go and get somebody go get your uniform and shit like that. I mean, you're in the same freaking city. Yeah, you got your stuff in the back for sure or something like that. So, anyway, that whole stuff there. It's my day off or whatever. Nope. You work for a company, and when we need you to go work out, you're gonna go and work. Yeah. But anyway, the whole thing there. Bayley, she did her few moves and everything, and of course, you knew she was gonna be Dana Brooke. She wasn't gonna debut, and then just fell. You knew she was gonna win when she came out and all that. So I kind of feel bad for Dana Brooks, but yet again, Dana Brooks is really not that good of a fighter at all. So for this segment, man, and all that, it's great to have Bayley here. That's a 5 out of 5 of awesomeness for Bayley being there. I'm very happy, and everyone loves her, and she's awesome, and she's a hugger, and I think everyone wants to get a hug from her. But for the whole match and all that, just a 2 out of 5. Next up, we had Braun Strowman, who was originally part of the Wyatt family, versus some guy. I think they call him Johnny Knockout. Is that what they call him? Anyway, Byron was like talking to him on the mic, and he was like, "What do you think about this match, or what are you doing in this match, or whatever?" I like sweaty men, something like that. And I literally was like, the fuck? Not just, I mean, okay, you like sweaty men, cool. Yeah, okay, whatever, sure. But what? Let's wrestle. I like big sweaty men. And then he's about to wrestle. It's like, what? But please, there's kids watching at home. Please. Anyway, who? Braun Strowman's a big. He's. I don't know what. I don't even know if he's human. A lot of steroids that guy takes. Really? A nobody versus Braun Strowman? Oh, who wrote that? Congratulations. I'm not even rating this match. It's a 0 out of a 5 if I had to rate it. It wasn't even a match. It was like a minute. And then I think my favorite out of the Wyatt family, besides the main Wyatt, you see now, brother, you're lost. Before that main guy, Luke Harper. I think Luke Harper is actually, if you see Talk is Jericho, baby. If you see the whole interview with Luke Harper, he is a funny guy. Like, he is, he's a down-to-earth guy and a normal guy to talk to. He's not a freaky guy. But I'm pretty sure Braun Strowman's a nice guy in real life. Probably. Unless he doesn't, I'm pretty sure after the guy went to the back, he ended up eating him. I mean, not like sexually, I mean like actually eating the guy, probably. But, hey, Braun Strowman, man, I don't want to get near you, nor do I want to get near the other guy. But this match is the definition of delete. Where is Brother Nero? Delete. It was just what was, I don't, this is where WWE just kind of, this is why I left the WWE and stopped watching this shit. So after whatever the hell that was, the Dudley boys are retiring. Testify! Anyway, they're retiring, which luckily they came. Monday Night Raw last week was held in my city, Corpus Christi, Texas. I got to see them and everything, which was awesome. All that love and everything. ECW. Anyway, they're retiring and shit, and that was, it was perfect because they're talking and it was beautiful. It was they were doing a good send off, a perfect send off. Well, I mean, I don't want them to retire, but what they were going for in the speech and all that was fine. And then the Shining Stars, and I'm like, the hell are you? Get out of here. Where's Carlito or whatever? My name is Carlito. I love an apple or whatever he says. I love to fight. Something like that. Is that Finley? Anyway, Carlito and shit. Like that's Primo or his old partner and shit. And it's the Shining Stars. And I'm like, fuck. Who wrote this? WWE. Anyway, everyone's like, we want tables, which is awesome. They brought the table out. But then Gallows and Anderson come out. And at that point, I was literally like, yep, WWE. Every time a wrestler has to come out, somebody has to come out and face them. When Balor was leaving, Rollins comes out. All the time, someone has to get, oh my God. When the Ultimate Warrior was making his final speech, every heart beats its final beat. The Ultimate Warrior. you know, when he was doing his awesome speech, nobody came out. Nobody came out and nobody interfered with him. But yet, when somebody's, you know, retiring and shit, and it's all part of the story, I'm pretty sure the Dudley Boyz aren't leaving after that. They'll do one more match or something, or maybe a year contract, which is what I've heard. But the retirement thing, the speech was fine. It was good. It was great. And then all of a sudden, the shining stars come out, and then it was ruined. It fell flat on its face. It was horrible. So even with that, man, I thought that just... The segment started off awesome, and then it just sucked. So this is the last delete of the Raw show for me, man. Delete, 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 and testify. After that was the main event for Monday Night Raw, which I thought all night they were teasing up next, or later tonight, Brock Lesnar, SummerSlam and shit. But I guess Stephanie McMahon was that her, the 10-second interview? Was that it? Was that the whole... I have no idea what... I don't know anymore. So Roman Reigns versus Chris Jericho. Break the wall down. Break down the wall. Anyway, Chris Jericho, man. I want Chris Jericho to win. Listen, I love Roman Reigns and I love Chris Jericho. But again, Neville, underused. Sami Zayn, underused. Big Cass, damn right he won that. Rusev, that's what I'm saying. Like, if Rusev lost, then Seth Rollins could have lost. Then Kevin Owens could have lost. And that means Roman Reigns could have lost. Chris Jericho, he tried. I mean, he had a bad finish, but he tried. I mean, in the match, it wasn't a great event or anything. Like, it was a good main event. It wasn't great a main event, but it was better than last week's Rusev versus Roman Reigns. It was better than that. So Roman, you know, he went at it. Kind of a slow match, a disappointing part of Roman, man, because Roman's done better. And then Jericho's trying, and then Kevin Owens comes out, but then Kevin Owens ends up getting hit in the face and everything, so that interference doesn't work. That's the one time interference doesn't work out. Long story short, Roman Reigns ends up winning, and he will go to the Fatal 4-Way next week to fight Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens, Big Cass for the WWE Universal Championship, or Universe Championship, whatever. So, yeah, the match, 3 out of 5, man. It was a good match, don't get me wrong. There were fun things about it. I didn't think it was that bad. I think Jericho did his best, you know, for what he was working with, and I thought he should have won. He definitely was so close to beating Roman Reigns. Every time he does a wall, Jericho, somebody always has to, you know, reach the rope and shit like that. So, to end our Monday Night Raw review, man, before I give you my full final score for this edition of Monday Night Raw, August 22nd, 2016, here is the pros and cons for tonight's Monday Night Raw. So the pros for this week's Monday Night Raw, for sure, the opening with Finn Balor coming out and giving up his title. Not only is it emotional, sure, you're not crying your eyes out or stuff like that, but it's disappointing. Not only is the belt disappointing, but actually Balor just... You feel for him because 6 months, man. This guy, this is what he loves to do, and he loves to entertain. And that means 6 months without Balor, and also more devastating, 6 months without the Demon King. That means most likely he won't return till either the Royal Rumble, most likely not then, but maybe the Royal Rumble, or... maybe even he'll return probably by WrestleMania, but that opening itself was a strong opening, even though Mick Foley was kind of awkwardly there and, you know, just, and Balor wasn't paying attention. It still was a great opening to Monday Night Raw. Also, Bayley's debut was really exciting. It's great to see her on Raw. You know, Nikki Bella's in SmackDown, Bayley in Raw. I mean, a little Raw versus SmackDown one day. I don't know, Survivor Series and shit like that. But Bayley being in Raw, man, it's super exciting. It's great. She was trending worldwide, and everyone loves her, man, and rightfully so. She looks like she's a fun person. I don't know much about her from NXT. I saw her on one match before with Becky Lynch, and she looked fun. She definitely has a lot of energy within her, and, you know, Raw has something there with the Divas, you know, division, and I'm very excited one day to see Charlotte versus Bayley. So Bayley's debut, although the match itself wasn't a, you know, she could have done better in her debut, as in she could have fought somebody better. still, just the energy and excitement of her coming out to the ring, her entrance and everything gets everyone going. And she gave a fan a hug. So that right there is just 2 thumbs up. Now, while many wrestlers do end up getting injuries during the match, and they continue to fight, that happens all the time with wrestlers in the WWE, but Sami Zayn, the way that he landed, and you literally, and when he fell down, I don't know if anyone heard, but he was like, oh shit, and he's in pain. And have you ever tried to walk? Of course, you tried to walk on your sprained ankle, your ankle hurting. It's hard. It's a bitch to do. But you're not fighting a person in a ring full of hundreds and 15,000 people. So that's one thing. Sami Zayn, just the way he continued the fight was just, it was professional, and he did it very well. Sami Zayn should have definitely gone next week to the title, but I don't even know if he'll be competing next week. So for sure, Sami Zayn, 2 thumbs up right there, man. A great addition to the Raw this week. Like I said earlier, another underrated wrestler is Neville. Neville was great tonight. And again, happy birthday, Neville. Late birthday, man. Belated birthday. You're awesome, man. You did a great match between Kevin Owens. And you tried, man. You definitely should have won and gone for the Fatal 4-Way. That would have been so amazing to see Sami Zayn versus Neville versus Big Cass versus Chris Jericho. Tell me you wouldn't rather see that than what we already have a Fatal 4-Way next week. Come on, that would be more interesting with that, because come on. And last but not least on the pros list, the Dudley Boyz speech. Now, although I'm kind of thinking, like, obviously they won't retire as of now, because it was all planned for the other teams to come out and shit, and now they'll probably do one more big match and do it on a pay-per-view or something, or maybe next week on Raw. I don't know what they're going to do, unless they're actually, if they are retiring and that was it, that's a very stupid way, and WWE just kind of said fuck you to the Dudley Boyz. But if it's not, their speech itself was very well written, and they got the crowd going and cheering for them. So I was even cheering, God bless the Dudley Boyz. For the cons, I was very upset with no word on Brock Lesnar or Randy Orton's state of mind, or what they're going on. We didn't get no update really on Lesnar, where he's at, what he's doing, why he did that, whatever. We didn't get nothing of an update, really, honestly. No full 100% details, neither for Randy Orton either, so that was something very disappointing to me. Also, the situation surrounding the Dudley Boyz and Gallows and Anderson and the people, primetime play, I don't even know what they're called again, whatever, about Puerto Rico and shit. I mean, that was just, it was stupid. It was a great moment ruined. Also, Jericho losing, man. I'm tired. Yeah, sure, he won at SummerSlam, but that was because he was teamed up with Kevin Owens. I'm very tired of seeing Jericho come out every single week and getting his ass kicked. Why can't Jericho? Because Jericho is a late 90s, early 2000s. This guy's been part of the WWE for a long time. He created Money in the Bank. Why does this guy lose every single week? Why don't you give it, come on, WWE, give him something to work with here. Also, Titus ONeil as a con, because that whole segment was just wow. And his mic skills. Another con, Dana Brooke sucks and Bayley deserves better. Fucking commercials. That weird guy that said he likes big sweaty men. See. Now, as funny as it is for him leaving and everyone clapping and it's like, go back to your home country, ha ha ha. It was bad. Big Cass would have lost if Rusev would. No, but then again, Rusev was very injured. So still, that was a pretty shit way. Rusev just bitched out, of course. I mean, Lana, you know what I'm saying? So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I am going to give this week's Monday Night Raw, August 22nd, 2016 edition, a 2.8 out of a 5, which basically equals to okay. It was an okay Monday Night Raw. It started off great, had an awesome first match, Kevin Owens versus Neville, amazing, and then it just went downhill, segment to segment, commercial to commercial, Bayley returning, oh my god, or Bayley debuting, awesome, cool. And then I don't know what else, man. The main event again was okay, or it was good for what it was. I mean, still disappointing decisions at Raw. You could see they're easily fucking up. It's easy to see them fuck up now. That's kind of the reason why I stopped watching wrestling 2 years ago. So that's something that's still a big problem, and I think it's always will be a problem for the WWE. But yeah, it's just an okay edition, man. That's it from me. Comment down below to me what you guys thought about Monday Night Raw, and you could hit that like button if you enjoyed. You could share with your friends, and make sure to check out my SmackDown review tomorrow, as well as every single week Monday Night Raw, SmackDown Live, and all WWE pay-per-view reviews and predictions. So thanks for watching, everyone, and do not forget, my name is Daniel Rodriguez, and I am a certified reviewer and a sexy motherfucker, and you can't preach that. And this right here, this is Little Daniel, and he is none of your business inches long, and you can't preach that. Bada boom. Probably not the smallest guy in the room. How you doing? And I only got one word to describe it. SAWFT. Soft. Again, thanks for watching, everyone. Do not forget to check out my SummerSlam review down below and my soft impression. I had a lot of fun kind of improvising on that. Hit that like button, share with your friends, comment down below. I want to know your thoughts. Do you agree? Do you disagree on my thoughts for Monday Night Raw? And I'll see you next week for more Monday Night Raw. See you tomorrow for SmackDown. See you September 11th for WWE Backlash. Until then, subscribe for more. Bye-bye.